Taylor Hodges here with the latest Just a Bulldog Minute, and we are only 32 days away from the Mississippi State season opening game against Eastern Kentucky, and you can feel the excitement building in the air outside. Or it's the hot and humid weather outside. Like my computer right now says it's 92 degrees outside. That's a lie. It's a lot hotter than that. Just as a quick little tangent, I locked myself out of my apartment today because I'm just that skilled and talented. And I wasn't outside for very long, but by the time I did get back in, I felt like I needed to take another shower. It's just that hot and humid, and in that short amount of time, you still sweat a lot. And hey, 35 years living in Mississippi and Texas, you might think, hey, you're used to this, right? No, I'm not. I'm really not a fan of this type of weather. It's just not fun. But then on the flip side of it is, I think back to my former boss, who lives in Wyoming. Hi, Mary. And hearing her talk about some of those 5-degree days and below 0 days, that's not really for me either. So yeah. We're on a kind of a long tangent, so let's get back on track. So no matter whether it's the excitement of college football in the air or just the humidity outside, it is that time of the year to start getting excited about the football season. So this upcoming season will be my first covering Mississippi State, and even putting aside the excitement I have from just from that alone, I'm really actually starting to get kind of excited about the Bulldogs offense for the upcoming season. And it's kind of been a feeling that's been building since the SEC media days, when I kind of really started researching and learning more about Jeff Lebby and some of the key offensive players he's brought in since during the offseason. So first things first, take a look at Jeff Lebby's coaching history. He's coached under Art Briles at Baylor. He coached under Josh Heupel at Central Florida. Of course, Josh is now the Tennessee coach, and Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss. All of those coaches are known for their offensive innovations and strategies, all of which he's learned about and had time to absorb. His Oklahoma offenses the last 2 seasons were ranked in the top 10 nationally, and his starting quarterback for the last 5 seasons, has thrown for more than 3,000 yards. Putting all that together in my head, starts to lead me down the path of thinking that, with the right players, Lebby could have one of the conference's best offenses. Maybe not the best, but I think, any finish high of 10 or higher is going to be a surprise to some people out there. And then after SEC media days, I started to consider the transfer quarterback Blake Shapen and what his potential could be. By all accounts, he has all the tools, and he's doing and saying all the right things in front of the cameras and behind closed doors. And I started to believe that he could be the 6th straight 3,000-yard passer. And then you know how the process goes. You keep reading more previews, more things about players, videos, yada 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 yada, whatever, all that. And you look at some of the new additions. The one that really kind of stands out to me is the former UTEP receiver Kelly Akari. And I'm just going to read the stats, but just know that he did all this in an offense that is geared more towards running the ball than throwing it. So he averaged 21.5 yards per catch, 48 total catches. 19 of those catches gained at least 20 yards, and 27 of his 91 targets last season were thrown at least 20 yards downfield. So he's the obvious candidate to be the receiver that stretches defenses. And you throw in, additional newcomers at receiver, Trent Hudson and Kevin Coleman, and the other newcomers on the line and at running back, and mix all that up, bake it out in that 100-degree Mississippi heat, and you could actually have a recipe for a pretty good offense in Starkville. And all right, so big picture, yes, there is some truth in the old cliche saying that defense wins championships. But the follow-up to that is offenses put butts in seats. And State's offense this year, I think, will be giving plenty of people reasons to tune in and watch them this season. So we'll be back Thursday for the next edition of Just a Bulldog Minute. I'll catch you then.